Finally got the inside ride for the Kickr set up. I just wanted to mention a couple of things that helped me that differ, I guess, from the install instructions. One, it says to remove these feet, the 2 feet on the Kickr that are, the height adjusters, and then the one in the center. I was afraid I was gonna lose them, so I put them back in. They don't seem to have a problem being in, except for this centerpiece, which if it's installed, it'll hit. It won't allow the Kickr to move back and forth. So I just unscrewed the screw here in the bottom, left the screw in here, and then just flipped it around upside down. It stays in there tight. It doesn't rub on the frame at all, and that will keep me from losing it. The other issue I had on the fork stand, these bolts, the bolts that come with it are these guys, little button head 1/8" hex bolts. I rounded one out and had a heck of a time extracting it, but got it out. I went to Home Depot and just replaced it with these socket cap screws that are, it's a 10/32 screw. It's got I believe a 3/8 hex key. A little bit bulkier, a lot easier to, they just feel a lot stronger, less likely to round out, and you really only need to just snug them up. They don't have to be super tight. I over tightened it on the install and rounded one out, so my fault, but I like the bigger screws there. My only, I guess, criticism or annoyance here is I have a bike with a through axle. Getting this on and off is kind of a pain because of the way the stand sits. You can only rotate this half a turn at a time, so you gotta go half a turn, pull it out, half a turn again, and then once it gets loose, you've got to then sort of turn the bars to put some pressure on the through axle so you can rotate that the end there without tightening when you're trying to loosen the thing. So you got to just kind of keep going back and forth. It makes it a little bit of a pain. I only have one bike, so I got to take this thing on and off every time I ride outside, and just having to do that every time is, there you can see, even with it pulled out, it's very loose in there right now, so it might be too dark to see it. But trying to put that on, it just freely, it's rotating. So you got to bend, turn the handlebars so you put a little pressure on it and then go back and forth. But it's a bit time consuming. But other than that, it's silent, it's smooth. I've just done a few minute test ride on it, and have no issues with it. Absolutely no squeaks or creaks, and the few minutes I rode it seemed quite comfortable, but I'm gonna do a long ride later and see how it is. So anyway, I like it. I think it's great. Reduces the footprint a little bit here on the back, and like I said, really the only nitpick here is the way the through axle, you can't just tighten it down, you got to do half turns. But other than that, it looks pretty good.